Welcome back, everybody. This is Wes with A1. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another one of our weekly comic book videos. We're excited to bring these to you. We hope you're excited as well. In these videos, if this is your first time, these are weekly updates where we touch on industry news about comic books. We also touch on a little bit of the back issue market and also some comics, some titles to look out for this week. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the news. In back issue market news, we're seeing a lot of similar trends to previous weeks, where Marvel is definitely the stronger of the two publishers, the two major publishers, I should say. We still have seen some strength in some DC, like Batman keys, some Golden Age books as well, but definitely Marvel is still leading the way. As far as notable sales, silver and bronze are still very solid. We're seeing with the Silver Age section of Marvel, we've seen a couple titles to hit on. Some highlights are Daredevil 1, which has been a very solid book over the last year or so. That's gained more and more traction, continue to have some very strong sales. We've also seen Silver Surfer number 4 with Thor and Silver Surfer, that iconic cover where they're doing battle on the Rainbow Road. That book has always been a desirable book, but we've seen a lot more interest lately and some very notable sales for that book. We've also seen Tales to Astonish 27 with some strength and some interest in that book. First, Hank Pym, who becomes Ant-Man. Also, on the Bronze Age side of things, we've seen some of the tried and true Bronze Age books that have always been strong continue in that trajectory, like Amazing Spider-Man 129, First Punisher. We've also seen Giant Size X-Men number 1 continue on its trend of being a very strong book. Also Thor 337, First Beta Ray Bill, Savage She-Hulk number 1, again with that Disney Plus show on the way. It's a very solid book as far as a spec book, just in my opinion. So again, we've seen a lot of great strength in the back issue market overall. Modern books have definitely started to pull back on certain books to a degree, but right now is definitely a great time to be collecting with a lot of the new people that are getting into the hobby and a lot of the people that have had collections now seeing their books appreciate. It's really fun, and hopefully you're enjoying the hobby if you are participating. In industry news, Sweet Tooth creator Jeff Lemire announced a new project that he's working on called Maze Book that's going to be dropping this fall. Also in the same topic of Jeff Lemire, he's going to be working on the new follow-up to Black Hammer Reborn. He's going to be working with artist Caitlin Yarsky, and that will be coming from Dark Horse Comics. So for you Black Hammer fans, that's exciting. Also, Rob Liefeld, who was one of the original Image creators, announced that he's going to be returning to X-Force for the first time in 30 years with a one-shot. So for you X-Force fans, that is definitely fun. On a little bit of a negative turn as far as the industry news, Image announced that on the heels of recent controversy surrounding Warren Ellis, they are no longer going to be working with him moving forward. Skybound Comics announced that they're going to be releasing a young adult graphic novel from the Walking Dead universe following the character Clementine, and that will be released in 2022. Also, Dynamite announced that Ash will be returning to Dynamite Comics in Army of Darkness in 1979. So for you Ash fans, that's fun, and definitely a fan of that character myself. In comics to look out for this week, from DC, we have a Action Comics 2021 annual, and we have a Flash 2021 annual. And again, with those annuals, you have usually a larger book, a lot of reading material, so it's a fun way to maybe get a little bit more out of your comic. We also have the 80th anniversary Green Arrow special. We touched on that a couple videos ago about how there's going to be a lot of fun variants, different artists doing some of those variants, and it's a fun event book to pick up. Also, we have Infinite Frontier Secret Files number 1, so a DC number 1, which is always a good place to start. From Marvel Comics, we've got Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man Chameleon Conspiracy #1. That is a mouthful, but it's a Spider-Man #1, which always tend to do well. We also have United States Captain America #1. And for those of you that may have missed out on the single issues of King in Black, we have the King in Black trade paperback coming out, so it's a way to catch up on that story. From the independent titles, from Boom, we have Basilisk #1 second printing. So if you missed out on the first printing, you can get the second printing. It was an enjoyable story in my opinion and has done very well. We also have We'll Only Find Them When They're Dead, issue 7, which is another title that's done very well for Boom. We also have a Power Rangers #1, Power Rangers Unlimited Edge of Darkness #1. From Image Comics, we have Department of Truth #10, which has been a very popular title for them. We also have Crossover #7. And then lastly, from IDW, we have Usagi Yojimbo, Dragon Bellow Conspiracy. It's a lot of conspiracies this week. #1, but that is a #1 for Usagi, and I know there's a lot of Usagi fans out there, so that is a title to look out for. Again, thank you guys so much for coming by. We really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos. We hope you found them informative, useful, all that good stuff. Leave us some feedback as far as what you think you could do better, and a like if you think we're doing a good job. We really appreciate that. It means a lot to us. We want to continue on making these videos to help you enjoy this hobby. We love it, and we hope that you guys are enjoying it as well. So with that being said, have a great rest of your week. This is Wes from A1 Comics signing off.